In order to learn how to use a modern text editor, our first task is to choose one. There is a bewildering array of choices out there, but to me there are two that really stand out. The first is Atom. Let's take a look at it. This is a text editor made by collaboration powerhouse GitHub. It has a lot of advantages. So one of the biggest advantages is that it's free in terms of cost. As people sometimes say, it's free as in beer. But it's also open source, which is to say free as in speech. Those are big advantages. It's relatively new and it still is not quite as fast as some alternatives, but it's improving rapidly, and so I think Atom is a great choice. The other modern text editor I'd like to mention is called Sublime Text, sometimes called just Sublime. You can see that it's very similar to Atom, and indeed Atom borrows a lot of its design from Sublime Text, and they both show clear influence from a third editor called TextMate. As of this recording, Sublime Text is my day-to-day editor. It's fast, it's robust, it's mature. It does cost money though, and it's also not open source. So for the purposes of this tutorial, I suggest using Atom unless you have a specific reason to use something else. If you're using the Linux virtual machine as described in the written tutorial, Atom comes pre-installed. Let me show you that. And here we see Atom running inside the Linux virtual machine. You can see that both Atom and Sublime Text run inside their own windows, but the most frequent way to start them is at the command line, and setting up the command line commands for either Atom or Sublime Text is left as an exercise. As a final example, I'd like to show you a text editor running in the cloud. This is the text editor at Cloud 9. Now, I do recommend learning a native editor, that is to say, an editor that runs on your operating system. But the text editors that come with cloud IDEs like Cloud9 and Nitrous are really good. They're absolutely full-strength editors. So if for any reason you're unable to install an editor on your local machine, using Cloud9 is a great alternative. As I said before though, unless you have a specific reason to choose something else, I recommend using Atom for this tutorial.